Hey guys, today on People Now, Dave Chappelle and Kanye West in Dayton, Ohio, hosting events to benefit victims of that tragic mass shooting.
Lara Spencer receiving backlash from Gene Kelly's widow over comments she made about Prince George taking ballet. We'll explain.
Ryan Reynolds hilariously trolling his wife Blake Lively on social media. We've got the pics.
What's been teased so far has confounded the fans.
We're with Daisy Ridley talking Star Wars and more at Disney's D23 Expo.
Drake Bell is here with a hot new track and music video.
We are all about it, live today on People Now.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Look at this.
Yeah!
That's right.
That's what we're looking for.
Wow, very excited today. We need that to kind of get us going,
We do.
right? Big weekend. You were in San Francisco.
I was. Also went to Napa for the first time. You had a really big weekend.
Also, though, you went on a hot air balloon.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was great.
I did a Spartan race. I did
An anniversary, too.
a big anniversary, my 12-year anniversary.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We did like the iFly thing, like indoor skydiving. So fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's hard
guys.
getting into this week after such a fun weekend.
It's just all like this. But
No,
anyhow.
it's gonna be a great week.
Yes, it is. And this weekend was Disney's D23 Expo. We got so many exciting announcements, from an official Lizzie McGuire reboot to a new trailer for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. There was a lot going on. We're going to be hearing from Hilary Duff and Daisy Ridley later on in today's show.
But first, we want to know, what new Disney project are you most looking forward to? Is it Lizzie McGuire? Is it Star Wars Episode 9? Anything and everything Marvel? Maybe it's Frozen 2? Probably your kids, Jeremy, right? Vote in our People
wait.
poll, or if your choice didn't make our list, tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
We're going to check in on those results in a little bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. On a more serious note, Ohio native Dave Chappelle hosted a block party and benefit in Dayton, honoring the victims of that tragic mass shooting that occurred earlier this month. Performers included Stevie Wonder, Chance the Rapper, and many more. The free concert was announced on Facebook, but the lineup was kept a secret. Now, Kanye West was also showing his support for the victims of Dayton by bringing his iconic Sunday service to Dayton, Ohio. Kanye held a special performance of his Sunday service at Riverscape Metro Park, which was not announced until the morning of. Kim K tweeting the announcement in support of the victims and survivors of the Dayton mass shooting. She tweeted alongside a link where fans could watch a live stream of that performance. Towards the end of the ceremony, Dave Chappelle stopped by and addressed the crowd with a rousing speech. He told the crowd, quote, "Dayton, today the whole world is looking at you." And he added that even though the town had been through a tough time, they were still standing. And he added, "We're still strong, and the only way, the best way that we can honor our fallen is by getting up better than we were before. We will not let those people die in vain." Dave went on to thank Kanye for putting the special performance together. The comedian later explained why Dayton has to be better than they were before. Watch this.
The best way to honor the people that were slain and even injured in this is to pick yourself up and to pick your city up and be better than you were before. You know, otherwise you don't want anyone to die in vain or suffer in vain. And there's a lot of people suffering, and it really affected the community a lot. But the way we're coming out of it, I think, is what makes it such a great place to live.
Yeah, and great that he's using his platform and his voice in this way. And police said that the shooting, which occurred on August 4th, lasted about 30 seconds before the gunman was killed by police. One of the victims killed in the attack was the shooter's sister, 22-year-old Megan Betts. The Dayton shooting followed a mass shooting in El Paso, Texas, inside a Walmart in which 20 people were killed and 26 were injured. We wish everyone involved in those things all the best. Now let's watch this.
I screwed up. I did. The comment I made about dance was insensitive, it was stupid, and I am deeply sorry. I've spoken with several members of the dance community over the past few days. I have listened. I have learned about the bravery it takes for a young boy to pursue a career in dance.
Lara Spencer is apologizing for seemingly mocking Prince George on Good Morning America when reporting that he was learning ballet as part of his new school year's curriculum. Her comments received a lot of backlash from the dance community, including from Singing in the Rain star Gene Kelly's widow, Patricia Ward Kelly, who responded in an open letter saying, quote, "In 1958, my late husband, the dancer, director, choreographer Gene Kelly, decided to take on the stigma facing male dancers in an omnibus television program for NBC that he created and starred in called Dancing, a Man's Game. Gene would be devastated to know that 61 years after his groundbreaking work, the issue of boys and men dancing is still the subject of ridicule and on a national network." She concluded her letter with "ABC must do better." Lara seems to have learned from the experience, with reports of her being full of remorse. So You Think You Can Dance's Travis Wall revealed in an Instagram story that Spencer reached out to him personally to apologize for her insensitive comments. He reveals that Spencer got his number from Debbie Allen and that she was completely horrified and issued a massive apology, adding, "I could just hear the horror in her voice." In addition to the apology Spencer issued on GMA and to Wall, she also addressed the issue on her Instagram, posting a scenic mountain range with flowers captioned, "My sincere apologies for an insensitive comment I made in Pop News yesterday. From ballet to anything one wants to explore in life, I say go for it. I fully believe that we should all be free to pursue our passions. Go climb your mountain and love every minute of it." That was her comment. All right, Savannah Chrisley is accusing her estranged sister, Lindsay, of allegedly extorting her parents, Todd and Julie. Savannah told a reporter at an airport on Sunday, quote, "I stand behind my mom and dad. I know how they've raised us and the values they taught us. So if they taught us those values, it means they have them themselves." TMZ has reported that Lindsay filed a police report in Georgia back in July, alleging that her father, Todd, and brother Chase were harassing her and threatening to release a sex tape reportedly featuring Lindsay with Bachelor alum Robbie Hayes. But according to Savannah, Lindsay's allegations are only so she can drum up 5 more minutes of fame. Robbie recently confirmed that he and Lindsay did in fact have sex and that the tape being referred to was filmed on a security camera without their consent and without them knowing, which raises many more questions for me. Meanwhile, Savannah adds that even if her sister's sex tape exists, which she says it does not, her father would, quote, try to help Lindsay because a sex tape is something Lindsay, quote, should be embarrassed about. This is all according to Savannah. Now, Savannah adds that she will not forgive her sister no matter what, but admits that she does love her and wishes nothing but the best for her. But Savannah adds that Lindsay, quote, needs to focus on herself instead of trying to tear other people down. Despite his fractured relationship with Lindsay, Todd Chrisley tells People that he loves his daughter, saying it's heartbreaking that Lindsay feels the need to air her private issues in public, but whatever she says, she's still my daughter and Chase and Savannah's sister. We have always loved her, we will always love her, and we are here for her. In addition to the extortion accusations from his daughter, Todd and Julie are facing some other charges. On August 13th, the couple were indicted by a federal grand jury for tax evasion and other financial crimes. A lot to that story. We'll continue to unpack that as more and more kind of comes out. Andrea, for now, you have more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with an important update from one of our favorite Bachelorette couples. Watch this.
Jordan basically re-proposed.
Not basically, I did re-propose.
And he got me a new ring!
So cute. On Sunday night, JoJo Fletcher announced that her fiance Jordan Rogers re-proposed to her after he first popped the question in 2016 during the season 12 Bachelorette finale. The couple shared these photos and the news to their Instagrams while showing off the beautiful new ring. The former Bachelorette captioned her post in part saying, "The show brought us together and set us up for a truly amazing proposal the first time around, but this time was all you, and that means everything and more to me. I can't wait to marry you. Thank you for loving me so purely and protecting my heart in the way I always used to pray for." Very sweet. Rogers shared a similar heartfelt post, writing in part, "I always wanted to re-propose with no cameras, no producers, no drama, just us. Our first engagement was so real and meant so much to us both, but as we start to actually plan our wedding for next year, I wanted to do it all over again our way."
That's a rock.
Yes, it is. I love that they did this. Very sweet. They wanted to re-propose to make it more personal for the two of them. Rogers credits Ring Concierge for help with the new ring. And like you said, Jeremy, wow. It's very...
Look at that.
Yeah, that is huge. The couple revealed in their Instagram stories that they plan to keep the original Neil Lane Bachelorette proposal ring for sentimental reasons.
She's like, just kind of
I'll
casually.
keep that one, yeah.
We casually show this thing off.
Jordan popped the question again while the two were looking at wedding venues in California. And while they haven't chosen a venue and a date yet, we are very happy for them. Well, Ryan Reynolds celebrated his wife Blake Lively's 32nd birthday in the most hilarious way, sharing several never-before-seen candids of his wife on his Instagram. You can see the actress's growing baby bump in several of the photos. And in true Reynolds fashion, her eyes are closed in almost every picture. The famous duo are no strangers to trolling each other on social media. In 2017, Reynolds posted a photo for Lively's birthday where she was nearly cropped out of the frame. Remember this one? It's
Yeah.
so funny. And then she returned the favor a few weeks later by posting a photo for his birthday of Ryan Gosling with Reynolds on the edge of the frame. That picture on the right. Reynolds' birthday is in October, so we can't wait to see how she retaliates this year. I'm sure she's cooking up something.
What will happen?
In May, the couple announced they were expecting their third child while at the New York City premiere of Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Pikachu. The actress stepped out wearing a yellow dress, which hugged her growing baby bump. The two have been keeping out of the spotlight since then, so the birthday tribute was a funny, unfiltered inside look at her pregnancy. They are already parents to 4-year-old daughter James and 2-year-old Inez. Reynolds previously told People he and Lively won't work at the same time in order to keep their family together. He says, Blake and I don't do movies at the same time. If she's doing a movie in Thailand and I'm doing a movie in Vancouver, we would just never see each other. We operate as a unit, and that works really well for us, adding the kids stay with us and the family stays together, and that is where home is. So if we are in Spain or Utah or New York, as long as we are together, we are home. We love that. And happy belated birthday to Blake. All right, Charlize Theron shared a rare photo of her daughter on Sunday that featured her plucking the fruit from a tree. She captioned the Instagram post saying, "We don't want to leaves." Very punny. The bombshell actress is known to keep her 2 kids, 7-year-old Jackson and 3-year-old August, off of her social media. In fact, the last time she shared a photo of them, it was just their hands in honor of World Adoption Day. Now, even though she doesn't share photos of her kids, Charlize isn't shy about how smart her kids are. She opened up to Jimmy Fallon in May about how confident Jackson is in being able to outsmart her. She says they feel like the limited amount of knowledge that they have at this age, they act as if they're masters of that knowledge and use it consistently in a matter of like, "You're stupid, Mom." The Oscar winner adopted Jackson in 2012 and August in 2015. She even told People in May that adoption was always her first choice. She says, "Even when I was in relationships, I was always honest with my partners that adoption was how my family would look one day. This was definitely not a second option for me. It was always my first." And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Drake and Josh's Drake Bell has a steamy new single and music video. He's going to be here live to tell us all about that. Plus, we sat down with Star Wars Daisy Ridley to get the scoop on episode 9. You're not going to want to miss what she has to say. Stick around.
All right, we've been asking you what you're most excited for after Disney's D23 Expo this weekend in our People poll, so let's take a look.
Lizzie McGuire.
I watched the Lizzie McGuire show. I watched that back in the day, so I'm kind of excited for that.
This is exactly why they keep doing these things. There's such an audience for it. People are excited to see it and kind of the throwback
And if
theme.
Hillary Duff is game to do it, why not?
Exactly right. Guys, keep voting, but for now, we're going to take a look at this. Watch.
I'm sorry to ask, but can you put a little something extra on my commissary account? Mama, not much. Ain't a little bit helps. 10, 20, just to add to my books. Boy, I ain't got nothing to give you. I ain't got it. But I will work on it.
And one of the most powerful series this season. We're continuing to spotlight some of this year's Emmy-nominated stars and their bodies of work. Today, we're talking all about the critically acclaimed When They See Us.
Yeah, so When They See Us shares the real story of a brutal rape in Central Park in the 80s and the 5 teens from Harlem who are falsely accused of this horrific crime. The heartbreaking limited series earned rave reviews from fans and critics alike, as well as 16 Emmy nominations.
Niecy Nash and Jarrell Jerome arguably steal the show, playing son and mother, Corey Wise and Dolores Wise, respectively. Both are up for Emmys this year, and Jarrell spends the majority of his scenes alone in solitary confinement. He shares with People that it was always the best day ever when he would see Niecy's name on the call sheet. Watch this.
For me, I spent a lot of time shooting alone. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of solitary scenes where there was nobody else on the call sheet but my name. So
you was happy to see me?
So any of those days where I saw Niecy's name on the call sheet, it was the best day ever. It felt like I was actually gonna feel loved today, feel supported today. And so to translate, like just to have that real life and then that script version of it, love, it was just so strong. You know, I love you. I love Niecy.
I love him.
I love the love they have for each other. Right. Now, the cast of When They See Us worked closely with the real exonerated 5. Corey Wise, Raymond Santana, Kevin Richardson, Yusuf Salam, and Antron McCrae. After watching their life story being shared with the world, what was their reaction to the acclaimed series?
The one thing that I will say about the men we lovingly call the exonerated 5 is that at this point in their lives, they are getting so much love from so many people. It's an outpouring of love and support like you would not believe. And to know that in, all of these countries and all around the world, people have seen their story. There's some vindication there to say, we've proved that to the world, no matter what they thought we were, this is who we really are. And I think that it's a moment where they really do feel seen for the truth of who they are.
Great to hear from them. We'll be spotlighting another Emmy-nominated star and their show on Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that.
All right, Rachel Lindsay is married. The former Bachelorette said "I do" on Saturday to Bryan Abasolo, almost 2 years after the Miami-based chiropractor got down on one knee and proposed for all of Bachelor Nation to see.
People confirms the couple wed at the Royalton Suites Cancun in Mexico. Of course, it would not be a Bachelor wedding without some Bachelor alums on hand. Christina Schulman, Astrid Locke, and Bibiana Julian were all in attendance as the couple exchanged their handwritten vows.
Now, according to wedding planner Michael Russo, you could feel the unbridled emotion and powerful connection between them, and that Lindsay was the epitome of elegance as she walked down the aisle in a Randy Rom dress.
Looked amazing there. And right before the wedding, we sat down with Rachel to talk about her wedding gown and why it's the one that she decided to wear on the big day. Take a look.
I want to wear something that's going to bring a tear to Bryan's eye. Most people see me a certain way, but Bryan sees the softer side of me, and I want to wear a dress that captures that, because I know he's going to be emotional. He doesn't think that he's going to cry. He's going to cry. He's going to look at me. He's going to look in the corner and see his mother crying, and then he's going to start crying. My biggest things with the dress were that it was comfortable, that it was light, airy, and just looked like it's a dress that's for a Mexican wedding.
I love when she talks about Bryan crying. Did you cry in your wedding, did you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was a mess. Honestly, I was crying more than anyone.
Well, the couple got engaged during Rachel's season of The Bachelorette and lived together in her hometown of Dallas before relocating to Miami earlier this year.
Lindsay recently opened up to People about why they decided not to televise their nuptials, saying initially she was all about a TV wedding, but that as they got to, quote, know each other in the real world and things became normalized, and then she says, I started hearing horror stories about these TV weddings. I'm very thankful that we don't have one or didn't have one and that we're doing it on our own. I also think that it shows the world or Bachelor Nation that what we have is more real. I actually think that's great perspective.
I agree. And she also adds, we don't need TV. We don't need to get paid. We're doing this because this is what we want to do. And I think it has more meaning.
Your journey. Nears its end.
Ooh, brand new footage from Star Wars Episode 9 has fans wondering, maybe even worrying, about Rey's future. A brief look at the highly anticipated movie made its debut during Disney's D23 Expo this weekend, showing an epic showdown between Daisy Ridley's Rey and Adam Driver's Kylo Ren.
The new footage ends with a shot of Rey in a dark robe with a red lightsaber, possibly hinting that the young Force bearer might be struggling with which side she wants to fight on. We caught up with Daisy Ridley at D23, where she told us as much as she could about Rey and Kylo's future. Watch.
What's fun is what's been teased so far has confounded the fans. Because when I'm in the desert, is he in the tie? What's going on? Am I running away? Am I running toward? But in the fight, we're fighting each other. It's, I think, a very satisfying story. Because also, leaving I was like, oh, I guess, you know, we've sort of mined that relationship. No. We've mined it some more.
Man, that footage looks incredible.
It really does.
So excited for it. Another big announcement, Lizzie McGuire is coming back on Disney+. She was everyone's best friend when the Disney Channel show originally aired from 2001 to 2004, helping us navigate those weird, awkward, wonderful preteen years.
I mean, what would we have done without it? Now Lizzie is turning 30, and according to Hilary Duff, that's why it was the perfect time to check back in with her. Here's what we know so far. When we pick things back up, Lizzie is an apprentice to a fancy New York City decorator, but as we'll find out in the first episode, she doesn't have it all figured out. According to Hilary, she may not even stay in New York for very long.
Now, in real life, Hilary has grown up a lot since her Disney Channel days. She's a mom of 2. Her oldest son, Luca, is already 7 years old. So does he understand all the Lizzie McGuire buzz? Is he a fan? Hilary told us. Take a look.
I've recently started talking to him about Lizzie McGuire and showing him little clips on YouTube. I think he's pretty fascinated to see me so young, but looking pretty much, like, not looking the same, but obviously he's like, he knows that's his mom. He's sweet. He's like actually one of my #1 fans. We were just in Hawaii for a week. We were there with a bunch of family friends, and we sent our kids off to camp one day where they like went off of the resort and went to different beaches and like surfed and explored, and it was like a treasure hunt, and the guys that took them were so sweet, and I was there to pick him up, and the guy was like, so Luca wanted to listen to your songs the whole way home in the car. I was like, I'm so embarrassed by this, but also like he's representing, you know? I think that he thinks I'm cool now, which is awesome. I'll take that for as long as I can have it, you know?
You know what? That is really sweet.
Yeah, she's a cool mom.
Yeah, we'll have more from the cast of The Rise of Skywalker, The Eternals, High School Musical, and so much more on People Now later this week, so tune back in for all that.
All right, now we move on to this. Take a look. All right, that song is fire. That was a pop of Drake Bell's new song, Fuego Lento.
Yeah, here to talk to us about that, plus upcoming projects, the artist himself, Drake Bell. Good
How's
to see
it
you.
going?
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being
You
here.
have a lot going on. Now, over
Yeah.
the weekend, you performed at Ohio University's
Yep, we just
Backyard
did.
Bash. How
Yeah.
did that come about?
Well, I'm doing a bunch of college shows right now that are really cool. Everybody's coming back to school, so they're doing a lot of welcoming the students back and everything, and it's really cool. It's just so exciting to see how many generations this show that I did span. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I have kids who are coming up to me who are 7, 8 years old who weren't even alive when the show was over. You know, and
all the way up to
all the way
you
up
got
to college, all the way
right?
up to, and these kids that are, you know, so it's really interesting. I talk to people from the show and they're like, you know, are you still getting recognized by like new fans and stuff? Because you know, obviously the older fans and everything, and it's like these 7-year-old kids. I'm I'm like, how do you know that show?
What's
you
the
know?
vibe at the college campuses? Does it get kind of wild?
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's totally. You know, I mean, you bring nostalgia back to anybody, and it's just like they turn up again, act like kids.
Also, just like at the beginning of the year, everyone's there. It's just like, all right, give us a reason to have fun before
Oh, there we
classes
go.
start
Yeah,
or whatever.
that was actually yesterday. That was in. Oh no, that was Ohio. Yep,
Yeah.
that's Ohio.
Looks like a lot of fun. Let's
Yeah,
talk about the
yeah.
song, though, that everybody there was probably singing on repeat, and
Yeah.
that we have been too since we knew you were coming. Cranked it up. So good. Fuego Lento. You shot in Mexico City, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What did you love about it?
Yeah, so this song is actually in Spanish and English. I went out and I put a record out a few years ago, and it did really well all over Latin America for some reason. And so I've been cultivating that audience for a long time, and I just felt that it was time to, you know, I would go out to Mexico and Brazil or Argentina and Chile and Peru, all these places, and I would talk to them in Spanish, or I'd sing do a cover song in Spanish, and they'd love it, but I didn't have any original music in their language, and I thought, man, how cool would it be if I actually did something in their language? And so I went home and I tried to sound as, you know, I get the accent right. Auténtico es posible.
Yeah, there you go. I think you're nailing it. There you go.
got it.
But you know what? I love just watching the video, listening to the song, Fuego Lento, this idea of like the slow burn, the love story, right? That's kind of the story you have
that was
going
the
here.
idea of having, you know, having something happen slowly and organically instead of just, you know, everybody's like, oh, let's go out Friday night. Oh, let's, you know, try and hook up, try and do this. And it's all
Kinda
just,
burn out.
yeah, you've lost the slow burn of like how to like build a romance and like, you know, courting a girl and like having it build and like kind of like, you know, getting to the fireworks, not just like, you know.
Yeah, and there's a lot of chemistry, some
Exactly,
chemistry
yeah,
in this
yeah.
video.
And it was really cool to
How'd
be-
you cast the lead woman?
Oh, that's actually funny. I wanted to make it in Mexico City. I wanted to make it all the crew is Mexican. Everybody in the involved in it is Mexican, and I wanted this. I found this model, and I thought she was just perfect. She was in, I think, a commercial for Corona or something, and I was like, wow, that girl's amazing. But it was sort of a little difficult with her representation, and like I think there's like a language barrier and trying to get her involved. And we just kept hitting roadblocks. So I put on Instagram, I said, does anybody know a model that looks like this? Because this girl is perfect for my music video, but I can't
make
reach
it work,
her.
yeah.
I can't reach her. So does anybody know somebody that looks like her that
Just
would
calling
work?
out to the world, Instagram.
Calling out to the world, you know? And I get a DM from her going, me, I can be that. That's
so she
me.
wanted to do it.
Yeah, so but for some reason,
All
it just
the
never,
back end stuff,
yeah,
it was like
just never reached her. Like so her reps,
The
so her reps
paperwork,
never
the
got to her.
reps almost
Yeah,
ruined
and I think
it.
like language barrier or something. And so finally she's like, wait a minute, I didn't know about like. Obviously, she followed me on Instagram, or maybe because I tagged her in it. And she saw it. She's like, "Wait a minute, that's me. Like, don't look for anybody else. Don't look for someone that looks like me. Look
I'm
for
the
me."
one.
Yeah, and
That's
so
amazing.
so we were able to make it work out, and she was available, and we got it together.
Well, let's talk about this. You're kind of learning Spanish, right?
Yeah,
like full-fledged. Are you deeply into it at this
I'm
point?
deep into it. Yeah.
All right. And then I don't know, how does performing your song or your music in another language, how does that change the vibe of the music for you?
You know, it's really interesting. I don't know if I consciously think like, Oh man, you know, at first it was nerve-wracking because it's like, man,
Am I getting the words right?
Am I getting the words right and everything? But then realizing that as long as you're trying, the audience is so accepting and so they're like, you know, they're not gonna sit there and go, oh, he said that word wrong, or oh, he actually put the accent on the wrong thing. They're going, oh my gosh, this is so cool. He's really trying. He cares enough about us to actually try and stuff. So at first it's daunting, but then because the fans are so accepting and cool that it really makes it a lot easier.
Can we expect like a full album in Spanish?
Hopefully. My next song that I'm coming out with is an artist called Jorge Blanco,
who's
a big artist in that area, and there's a lot more Spanish in that song. So,
Okay.
so we're on the path.
Yeah. And how have the fans been reacting to the new song and video? I'm sure they're going crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
over it.
everyone's. It's honestly, it's the biggest song that I've put out. It's really crazy. I mean. Yeah, and it's just taken off all over the world. I think the fact that, you know, it's able to transcend cultures now, and you know, people would watch the show, you know, would watch Drake and Josh growing up, and I would go out to their countries and they would start talking to me and they'd look at their mom and go, wait, I don't understand why he's not responding because on TV I'm translated, and so they're so used to and comfortable with me speaking their language that when they see me in person, they're wondering why you can't. You know, and so now they're like, wait a minute. I see him on TV, he's speaking my language. Now I'm putting his records on and he's speaking my language. So it is completely changed.
And connecting in different ways.
Exactly.
I love, so you put out the call on the gram for the model.
Yeah.
You also did a call, Call Me When You're Lonely, another single of yours. You literally put out a phone number.
Yeah, actually that's why I keep putting my oops.
That's okay, Mike.
That's why I keep putting.
Mic down, everybody, that's okay. But you put a phone number out so people can call you.
I keep putting my hand in my pocket because I keep.
Tell us the story of this, what's the deal?
Well, I have a song out right now called Call Me When You're Lonely, and I was like, well, wouldn't it be kind of cool if you could call me when you, that's what, hang on, I gotta
But you're literally getting
literally everyone's like,
wait, what kind of call?
Hello?
No way.
Hello? Watch, they're gonna be too scared to say hi. Hello?
I'm scared about what might happen right now.
Hello? Yeah.
It's like, was it really him?
So what's happening?
So I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I put out a number and people could call me when you're lonely? And so I put my number on Instagram, and
people just like randomly call. What kind of calls are you getting?
Really cool ones.
Really?
Really cool ones. A lot of dudes calling and saying, like, you know, I was expecting just a bunch of, you know, girl fans and stuff, but no, it's a lot of dudes calling and saying, you know, you inspired me to play guitar, or I just got a really cool one from a kid who showed me a picture of, because you can text the number as well. And he texted me a picture of him when he was 10 years old, and I think I was playing Jones Beach or something, or New York State Fair.
And he was there.
And he was there in the audience, and
Oh,
he
cool.
said, now I play guitar, now I have a band, now I'm making records,
Wow,
I
that's really
record,
cool.
and it was all because of this time that I saw you. I was in front row, you were rocking, and I was just like, wow, I have to go home and play guitar. Like, that's what I have to do. And now he's in college, he's a freshman in college, and he's like, yeah, you can go check out my music and listen to my SoundCloud and all this stuff, and that's because, you know, I saw you that one day at New York State Fair.
Your phone is completely blowing up.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like...
Can they leave voicemails?
Look, yeah, you can. Hello? Hello?
Who do we have here? Caller, are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Cardi?
Hey, what's up, Carly? It's Drake Bell. How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
From Texas.
Oh, cool. I was just in Texas. I played in El Paso and in Juarez and in Laredo. Where in Texas?
From McAllen, Texas.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Is it Carly?
Yeah.
Hi, Carly. You're also on People Now,
Yeah,
live
you're
right
live
now.
right
You're live on
streaming.
TV. Say hi to everybody.
Oh my God, hi.
Hey, Carly, what do you love most about Drake? What's your number one thing?
I mean, everything. He's awesome.
Yeah, well, we think so too. And I'll tell you, in person, he's got great hair and a really cool necklace. So there's that. You didn't even know that.
I've been her fan since I was like 14. Right now I'm like 31.
Wow, no way.
Exactly what you're talking about.
There's my case in point. Case in point. That's awesome. Te gusta Fuego Lento?
Claro, soy mexicana.
Oh, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Look at this. Making dreams come true, connecting with
Well,
fans.
it was very nice to meet you, but we're live, so I have to run. But thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Mucho gusto.
Gracias.
Ah, de nada.
Bye,
Gracias.
Carly. We love you.
Adios. Te amo mucho.
Adios.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Hey,
So
that's
this is
cool.
a glimpse into your life currently and just every
No,
day.
and honestly,
That's
I'll say
great.
this, like, when I first heard that you'd put the number out, it was kind of like, okay, what's going to happen with this? But that's cool that you get to connect in that way.
Yeah, it's
That's
really cool, and everybody thinks it's just going to be some recording. So they're like, I go hello, and then they hang up, and they go, I just got a recording that said hello, and so I hung up. I'm like, no, that's me. Like, say what's up.
You talk a lot to your fans, even on Twitter. You retweet them quite often.
Yeah,
and we've actually got a couple to take a look at. Let's see
sweet.
here.
Yeah, your fan base is great.
Last night I met with Dre Bell. He puts on a good freaking concert. He was so funny, extremely talented. Thanks for coming to Ohio U. All right, let's do another
That
one.
was a good one, yeah.
For you,
Oh, this one
Big
was
Bell.
really cool. They're singing my song in some, I don't know where they are, but they're obviously in some other country.
Yeah.
And they're singing one of my songs I know, and it's not on anywhere. They're just walking down the street in some foreign
jamming
country
out to you.
singing my song. It's so cool.
What are some of your favorite fan encounters that you've had recently?
I think it's like what I was just saying is like when fans come up and they say, you know, I saw you when I was 10 years old, or now I play guitar, or now I have a band, or now you know, you inspired me, or this record got me out of a, you know, I just talked to one fan who went through a bad breakup last year, and he's like, man, it was so tough, but I came across this one album of yours. It's actually kind of a deep cut that I just kind of put out for fun. But he's like, man, you had a song on there, and it just helped me through my breakup, and you know, it really resonated with me. And so I think it's just times like that when you can talk to fans and see that, you know, something that you wrote in your bedroom that you were hoping, is anybody gonna like this, let alone have it speak to them or anything, and then they turn around, they're like, man, this song like got me through this hard time, or
Actually
through this
changed them.
situation, helped you
Yeah.
change them, and you're like, whoa, that's rad. That was just something I was writing in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
it
so
really-
wonderful because
yeah.
not all artists do that. I mean, a lot of people don't. I think it's really cool that you have that connection with them. Let's talk about this. So 2019 is turning out to be a very busy year
Yeah.
for you. You teased earlier this year a
Yeah.
possible Drake and Josh revival. Obviously, people are going to go crazy over this.
Yeah.
So you've been hanging
Well, I
out
mean,
with Josh
they're going
Peck
crazy over that
recently.
Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, no, I know. They're going crazy over that.
Then they're also going to go, yeah.
Really crazy over this. So what can you tease?
Well,
about
you know, Josh has come up with a really cool idea. We've been talking, and but you know, there's so many things have to align for. If it was just up to me and Josh, you know, it'd be great because we just go, hey, all right, sweet, let's
doing
start
it.
shooting.
Yeah.
Let's get together Monday, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, so many things have to come together and happen to make that actually a reality. But I think it's a lot closer than it's ever been. You
Okay.
know, I think I'm okay to say that it's at least it's on the table. You know,
Yeah.
before this is a common question, and it's been happening for years. And you know, when are you and Josh going to get back together? And my answer was always, I don't know, call Josh. But I don't know. Like,
But now it's on the
there's
table, so
but
that's
now
a
there's
next
sort
step.
of, now we've at least discussed a possibility of something happening, and I think it's all the thing that's been keeping us from just jumping into, oh hey, everyone's doing reboots. Let's get back together and jump on that bandwagon. Is me and Josh want it to be something creative, and it has to be something that, you know, it can't be Drake and Josh in college where, you know, now it's the same character. It's got to be, you know, we don't want to do a Fuller House, you know, I mean, that they love, that's a great show. I love that.
Yeah.
show.
No, of course, but no, I know what you're saying. You want it to be
Yeah.
original
I want
to
it
you
be
guys
something
and
just a little
something new.
different. It has to be something a little different, you know, turn it on its head a little bit. So I think that if we come to something like that, it's actually could happen.
And you both have your separate lives now, a lot going on in both your lives. We just checked out his Instagram, and he has his little son all over it. Have you met his son?
Yes, and he's awesome. It's so crazy. It is so wild, like, because, you know, me and Josh have been together since we were kids, you know? I mean, it's not like somebody that I met at 22 and I worked on a show with him until I was 28. Like, cool, like, we're friends, whatever. Like, no, I've known him since he was 12 years old, 11 years old, you know? And we've grown up together. And now to see him with his wife and his baby, and, like, he's like a dad. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I couldn't find a babysitter, so I can't make it. I'm like, what
Welcome to dad life, that's right.
What is Josh like as a dad?
What is he like as a dad? He's great, man. I mean, he's awesome. He's a dad. It seems so natural. I think that's what's kind of the weirdest thing for me is just like, why is this normal? You know, why am I'm like at lunch and his wife's there and his baby's there and we're all just hanging out and we're talking and I'm like, dude, we're kids off a TV show.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
It is weird though.
It's
It's,
so
weird when your
weird.
friends start having kids.
Yeah,
It really is.
and
It's a change.
normal,
It's
and
yeah,
not
right.
Like, we're not sitting there and it's just normal. It's just weird.
We've got time for a game with you real quick.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
People now, we love Drake Bell. We want to get to know him better. It's a rapid fire game.
All right.
Are you ready? Here we go. Just quick, right off the top of your head, we'll start with this.
Yeah, describe Drake Bell as a teenager in 3 words.
He was a handful.
Craziest or most impulsive Amazon purchase or online purchase in general?
Oh man. Impulsive. Probably weird memorabilia. I have a lot of weird memorabilia.
Oh, like movie stuff?
Yeah, like movie stuff, or like weird bobbleheads or tchotchkes or little just little memory. I don't know. Probably like an action figure. Probably like an Invincible action figure. Invincible is a comic book character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The fanboys will know.
All right, if you had a spirit animal, what would it be?
The honey badger.
Oh.
Goes without saying, apparently. Didn't even have to think. You have many tattoos. Tell us a story about one.
About one? How about all of them? They hurt. A story about one. You know what? I've gotten a lot of them all over the place. So not by one specific artist, but a lot of them in Mexico City, a lot of them in different countries.
Anything really meaningful?
You know, it's interesting. Nothing really meaningful.
Okay.
You
just
know,
fun to do.
So you do more of like the random thing. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
I mean, here's how it goes. Your first tattoo, you really think about it. You go, what am I gonna get? What I did? And then by your 20th tattoo, you're kind of like, oh hey dude, what's going on? Oh, you're going to a tattoo shop? Oh cool. I got nothing to do. I'll come in. What are you gonna get? I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there.
Yeah.
And it just kind of becomes like culture.
What was the first?
My first was I got John Lennon's broken glasses. Okay, this is a funny story. John Lennon's broken glasses on my back. But if you know, John Lennon's glasses are little circle glasses. So what do they look like? Harry Potter glasses. So of course, everywhere I go, everyone says, "Oh, dude, you a Harry Potter fan? Oh man, wait, why do you have Harry Potter glasses on your back? Oh, dude, you should add the lightning bolt."
Not intended.
So I covered it with an eagle and the American flag.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, there you go.
That is
Okay,
no
good.
longer, I no longer have Harry Potter glasses on my back.
next one, if you could have any 3 people, dead or alive, over for dinner, who would it be?
Ooh.
Elvis, John Lennon, and Harry Potter. Dead or alive? They could be alive too. Okay, John Lennon. Who was the first one? Elvis, and Abraham Lincoln.
Ooh, okay, good ones. Last question. What is Drake Bell's hidden talent?
Wow, I don't think I've hidden any of them.
You have like a party trick? Like what's something?
A hidden talent.
For example, I can do this with my thumb, which is a really.
I mean, I can like
special
wiggle my. Oh, that's weird.
Well, you can. What can you?
See?
What? That is
See, guys?
weird.
that is-
I can like
I can't do that.
wiggle my ear.
Sorry to steal the
wiggle
spotlight
your ears.
here.
No,
with
that's
my...
good. I
Wait,
think
wait,
Jeremy
wait.
can
Get in
do
there.
that,
Get in there.
I can like wiggle my ear.
Oh, that's
I
a
don't
good
know
one,
about that. Any hidden talent? No, I mean, I pretty much I
that's
play
good.
guitar.
No, that's good.
No, right. You've got plenty of like
wiggling your
talents
ears
that
is
we know
solid,
about.
yeah. All right, Drake
I can't believe
Bell.
I just
Wiggles
wiggled my
ears.
on live TV. I haven't done that since I was like 7 years old.
Drake, thank you so much
Yeah,
for stopping
thank you.
by.
It's great to talk to
And
you.
you guys, check out Fuego Lento. It's out now.
All right, we're taking one last look at our People poll. We've been asking you which new project you were most excited for after Disney's D23 Expo this weekend by far.
Lizzie McGuire.
And
People are excited.
you're excited too.
I am stoked. I actually tweeted about it too. That is epic. That's my generation, and I grew up with Hillary and her sister and everything through that whole time and everything. So it's weird, this whole nostalgia. I love, I'm a huge guy about nostalgia. Everything is throwbacks for me and everything. So this stuff just
Well, we love that one, and we look forward to yours, hopefully.
All right,
Fingers
we'll
crossed.
see you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that.
Also coming up tomorrow, we're joined live by actress Ann Winters, who stars in Netflix's hit series 13 Reasons Why.
Plus, we'll have all the highlights from tonight's MTV VMAs. It's bound to be a wild show. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from This Is Us star Chris Sullivan.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Chris Sullivan, and this is One Last Thing. The last TV show I binged watched was I'm Sorry.
Wow, she is not gonna be happy when I have to 100% tell her you said that.
My last fashion regret was my first trip to the Golden Globes. Look it up. Yikes. The last time my castmates and I got together outside of work was a couple of weeks ago. Dan Fogelman took us all out to dinner. So there.